All right, so you guys have taken notes on what the two candidates that were in here the other day. They were
Keith Rubino and Tim Lyon.
Two young guys, which, by the way, I do like. I know they're Democrats, and one is a pretty big supporter of Bernie Sanders.
Correct.
But it is nice to see two young guys that are interested in getting involved in politics. I think that's a positive.
The positive would be if they had the right facts.
Well,
I think it's very interesting to see young people get involved. But
I do too.
You got to make sure you have the right facts.
And so basically what they said to us is that we've been under the impression that if the hospital, or I'm sorry, I'm switching counties, if the jail is built, it will be actually less expensive. It would be less expensive to keep shipping people out. It's about like $90 to ship
$100 a day.
$90 to $100 a day to ship inmates out and have them housed in another jail like Utica or maybe further away.
Correct.
Versus the $300 a day it costs to actually house them. And they're saying that those are your numbers.
Yeah, I did a brief study in 2013, and again, those numbers now have changed because of the the 6 years we've had to wait for what's happened. If you look at it back then, we were looking at about a $370,000 savings building the facility versus boarding out. We've been working with our architect the last month and a half, 2 months. We've changed pods. Every post in the jail is 5.3 positions.
Okay.
We've been able to get rid of one of those.
All right.
So building the facility and a real rough estimate versus boarding out would be about a savings of $550,000 to build the building.
And that is an annual number?
That's an annual number.
Okay, so forget the per inmate. You're talking about the number annually. $500,000 will be saved by actually housing the inmates.
And Bill, just to go back, because we've talked about this for so long.
Yeah. If we think it's been a few years.
Unfortunately.
Yeah.
I used to have hair back then.
That's how long it's been.
Bill, too.
Yeah. Thank you, Andrew. The two of you.
I'm sorry.
But currently today, we're spending over millions of dollars boarding people out.
Yeah.
We build a new facility. The property taxpayers are going to save about $1 million that first year.
Wow.
Just
in year one.
Right, compared to what we do now
Yep.
versus having a new building. So those are two facts that I think need to be out there.
Where are they getting these numbers from?
I think what they're doing is just taking, if we send somebody to Oneida County, unfortunately about a month ago, we had to get everybody out of Oneida County and had to send them all over the state again. Yeah, absolutely, which is a problem for us.
What was that? Because they were reaching their capacity.
Absolutely. That's my understanding.
Okay.
Again,
and they don't. So Oneida County is not going to. Not going to send their inmates off somewhere else.
No, and Sheriff Mayfield is wonderful to Herkimer County. He has a great relationship with our sheriff, and so when they can do things for us, they help us out.
Got it. So if you were to look at, obviously it would be less money to send inmates to Oneida County than it would be to Auburn or downstate or something like that, right?
Rensselaer, Montgomery, exactly.
Right. Andrew.
So I'm just, to answer your question, Bill, this is according to a message I received from Keith Rubino, saying that the $100 a day as opposed to the $300 a day were actually derived from the 2017 budget as well as sheriff's reports that are available online, not from the study that you did in 2013.
Okay. I think the issue, Andrew, that they're not, we would have to keep our facility open, even though it's for 4 beds. So, we pay hundreds of thousands of dollars for drugs, medical. We have to have the facility open 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Nobody's taking those costs into it. Nobody's taking insurance costs. Nobody's taking cars. Nobody's taking gas. I took a look at everything that we would have to pay for.
Right.
Yeah, we send a check for $100 a day or $90 or $80 a day. But there's all this other stuff.
Yeah, I was
That we
shocked.
have to
I
do.
asked that.
So that $90 a day is just to hold the inmate in Oneida County, not transportation, not anything else.
Absolutely not.
Okay, because we asked that question. I said, does that include transportation? Does it include the employees that actually that have to transport the prisoners?
Correct.
And all of that.
And that does not.
Okay. So you're saying that these two young guys that have the gumption to get out there and run,
Absolutely.
good for them.
Right.
But you're saying the facts are wrong.
Totally wrong.
Yeah. The jail does seem to be moving forward. There's a public hearing. Was that last night?
No, that's the
coming
11th of October.
Okay, so that's
At
coming up
7
in
o'clock,
October.
Absolutely.
And what's going to happen there?
Well, it's just
Talking about eminent domain?
it sets the reasons for why we believe we have to go eminent domain if we
Okay.
have to go there. We're still
Yeah.
hopeful. There's still conversations between the owner and our county attorney, and we're hopeful we can work something out.
All right. Anybody else have any other questions here?
Just eminent domain, that would be an interesting process like we're seeing here in Utica.
Yeah, and that's never easy, although you're dealing with one property owner, right?
Correct.
Okay, which will make it much easier than what Utica is going through, or MVHS and Oneida County is going through with the hospital.
Right.
Multiple properties, multiple owners. But you feel there's still a chance to be able to say, hey, we can work this out without going down that road.
We're very hopeful that that can happen.
And then when you think about all of the money that has been spent in legal fees for Herkimer and for Herkimer County over this issue, a lot of money has been spent arguing over this.
Very unfortunate.
Yeah.
As you know, Bill, we tried for probably 10 years to take the facility outside the village.
Yeah.
We couldn't get participating towns or the village to give us water and sewer. They would have to set up water districts and sewer districts. We couldn't do that.
Yeah.
So at some point, the pressure from Albany, we had to build the facility, so we moved inside the village.
And they say that's not true either. That Albany is not mandating that you build a jail.
I think that you had a plan, was what they said. You didn't have to build it. You just had the plan to build it.
I got a kick out of that. Absolutely, they don't like. Albany does not like to use the word mandate.
Right.
But to myself, it's a mandate.
It's a mandate.
If we don't build it, they shut us down.
Yeah.
You're closed down.
Then everybody's being shipped out.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And you're at the mercy of corrections where you're going to send those.
Right. Can I ask you also one final question on this? At one point, you'd offered some deals. You'd offered several deals. I don't know how many, but you've offered some pretty big incentivized deals for the village of Herkimer to get this thing built.
Correct.
Well, you've spent a lot of legal fees, a lot of time has passed. Now it looks like they've exhausted their legal opportunities here. And what does that mean? What will you give to the village? Will there be any deal for the village at this point?
I don't.
Because the village is in financial difficulty.
The taxpayers of the county, not we, the county.
Right.
The taxpayers of the county have probably lost about $20 million going over the last 6 or 7 years. I think the opportunity for deals has gone by.
Okay.
We will be helping a little bit with some sewer connections and water connections and all those kinds of things, and a little bit of an upgrade on 28 for the sewer and the water, but those other deals have gone.
Could this mean that the village of Herkimer might be facing? They might dissolve? Is that possible?
I don't think so. I was brought in with the financial board with the village, about a month or so ago.
Yeah.
They had several very good conversations, Bill, and looking at a different way of handling things and how they provide services. I think that's the way they have to go first.
Right.
And I think they will do that. I think we've had a pretty good relationship with the mayor over the last several months. So
well, that's good. That's a positive.
Absolutely.
All right.
Absolutely.
All right, Jim. As always, when we ask you come, and we appreciate that.
And happy anniversary to your parents.
I will pass that along. So thanks so much.
Thank you, guys.
They look a lot younger than I do.
I'm sorry.
I agree 100%.
Actually,
I am sorry.
They do, and I think they get around better than I do, to be honest. So,
They definitely get around better than I do.
all right, we'll break. Jim Wallace, thanks so much.